and our hairstylist comes and the chef is there, and we show people and educate people how you can actually, for less money, bring your guests to your home, have a chef there, prepare dinner for you, and you actually spend time with your guest as opposed to going to a restaurant and you're being rushed out. Not to say that it's not great to go out and eat in a restaurant, because we focus on those as well. But it's a show to educate people and inspire people and motivate them, to show them how they can live a lifestyle that maybe they thought that they could not afford, but they actually can. Everything is not about the lifestyles of the rich and famous. Sometimes you have to be the lifestyle of the almost broken, can barely pay it.
Yeah. But that's okay. I mean,
just don't look broke.
You know, I had an aunt like that. She was so Aunt Dodie.
Well, one of my
that was exactly her theory, because came from lots of money, but during the years the money was lost, but the style never changed.
I think that if you, I always tell people I'm everything I pretend to be. You know, that's so, you know, that's half of the battle. That's half of the battle.
And the other half
right there.
is being an entrepreneur.
It's
in a lot of cases.
You know, Bobby, when I was in Mexico, I read the book The Secret. And there's another.
Oh, I live my life by The Secret.
I read and I read the book.
I love it.
I don't live my life by the book, because I actually was doing all of the things in the book before I read the book.
Me too.
But
I love it.
I read every night. And this is so funny. I look at the time on the clock when I go to bed, and I add the numbers together, and then I open to that page. Every single night, and I read that page. And then I multiply the numbers, and then I read that page. So I read something different every night, and it's amazing, because I always seem to read just what I needed to read that day. But when I was in Mexico, I said, I'm moving to Sarasota. Like most people, I have family to live on Anna Maria Island, and I came to visit them, fell in love with downtown Sarasota, and I said, when I come back to the United States, I'm going to live in Sarasota. And I told everyone, if Obama wins the presidency, I'm coming back to the United States. And he won, and the next day my phone started ringing. Well, here I am, back in the United States. But before coming back, I said, I'm going to live in a high-rise in downtown Sarasota. I'm going to have my own television show. Everything I said happened within 3 months of arriving.
That is the secret.
That is a secret.
Yeah.
I don't. No is not an option for me. Yeah. Failure is not an option.
No, it's not even a word.
It's not even. It doesn't even exist.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But that's part of the fun, and that's the philosophy of The Secret, which is wonderful. We're not trying to plug that book, but you can get it on CDs as well. I mean, I put it in my car and listen to it. It's wonderful.
Now, there's another book called The Magic Silver Coin.
I know it.
And there's a man who lives in St. Armand's Circle, who has a store called Olivia's, and he authored that book, and I read that book as well. And same principle, but it's about living your life going towards there's a woman, B. Smith. I don't know if you know who B. Smith is. She's a very lifestyle guru as well. But B. Smith, had a quote. I have no problem standing on a mountain of no's to get to just one yes. And I live my life. Hearing no doesn't bother me, because that just gives me that much closer to yes.
That's true.
That's okay.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. Well, your show is going to, we talked about a hook, and your hook is?
My hook is actually inspiring people to live a lifestyle that they thought that they could not, but also multicultural. I'm multicultural. And my show is a true representation. My mother's Latina, my father's American. And it's a true, and most people look at me and never think I'm Mexican. That's okay. That's okay. But I want the show to represent and break down barriers as well. It needs to educate, it needs to motivate and inspire, but it also needs to let people know they can live the lifestyle that they truly want, and it doesn't always take a lot of money to do it.
That's true.
And sometimes we have one feature, Ionis. And Ionis is a beautiful spa here in downtown Sarasota. And Ionis Spa works from the inside out. If you feel beautiful, if you're a beautiful person on the inside, there's nothing you can't accomplish.
That's true. Everything radiates.
Everyone thinks you're beautiful. But when you're ugly on the inside, no matter how beautiful you may be on the outside, people don't see that. They see ugly.
That's true.
And so our show actually works with people, training them, and I guess you could say training, because it's going to come on every week. So we're teaching people how to let the beautiful person radiate, and not necessarily the negative. And
at the same time showing people in their
own community
Yes, in their own community, in their own place.
The show is in Sarasota, so you're not going to be at home. It's a lifestyle show, full production, on location lifestyle show. So we're going to be, it's just like you're watching something, you know, like the Sex and the City, but it's that premise, but with places that you can go, people that you may know, or you may have seen walking down the street, or
you may want to know and get to know.
Yeah, like me. So you can definitely stop me and talk to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's such an honor to be able to do a show. Being a minority, I must say, it's an honor to be able to do a show like this, because I want people to see that there need to be no barriers between races, especially when it comes to the arts.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it comes to the arts. You can be a fabulous interior designer or a wedding coordinator, and you can provide services to someone who's Latina or someone who's African American, as well as I can provide services to someone who is not of my race. And that's what the show is about, because my show, one week is going to be somebody Latin, that's the person, the beautiful person of the week. Next, we have an Italian couple. We have Karina's beautiful Italian bistro type of restaurant. It's called an Osteria.
An Osteria.
Osteria, right, because you're supposed to stay and enjoy yourself, right? And then we have Gail Fulton Ross. Fabulous artist that's world-renowned and lives right here in Sarasota. So the show is going to, every week you're going to see somebody different, and you're going to learn something from that person and what they brought with them to the fabulous city of Sarasota.
Which is, Lorenzo, is really, I think, something we've needed here in Sarasota.
Thank you so much.
I think it's going to be a fun thing to follow you.
Thank you so much.
To see how everybody's going. I can hardly wait to see who's on next week.
And you know, and I'm very excited to be able to bring this, but God put you right where you're supposed to be when you get there. You know, and obviously Sarasota was where I was supposed to be, and I was supposed to arrive when I arrived, and I showed up.
And I think it's wonderful. Now, okay, so you've got 3 shows already done.
3 shows already done. My show starts airing on October 25th at 9 p.m. Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
And the release party is at Hotel Indigo, October 23rd, which just happens to be my birthday. The release party is on my birthday.
October 23rd.
Friday night. And it's the
October 23rd.
Right. So the show is going to air the very first time at 9 p.m. Friday, October 23rd. That's the wow. And then after that, my show comes on every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on channel 189.
Yeah, 189. But now the October 23rd show, it's actually going to show on...
It's going to, the same show that's showing Sunday is going to show on Friday night, but that's like the premiere of the show.
And what time is that?
At 9 p.m.
That's also at 9.
9 p.m. on Friday night. And the party, the release party, is at Hotel Indigo. Everyone's invited. So if anyone wants to come out and just to mingle with us, because you'll be there, I'm sure.
Okay.
We'll have.
And what time?
The party's from 8 to 12.
8 to 12. Okay. Well, you all need to make note of that and go in and see Lorenzo at the Hotel Indigo. And the Indigo is an adorable, adorable place.
Love it, love it.
I am so delighted you have been on the show tonight.
Thank you so much.
It was such a pleasure getting to know you at the bridal show, and we really clicked.
Yeah. Well, you adopted me.
I did.
You adopted me.
I did.
So
I just grabbed you. Who are you?
Yes, I have another grandmother in Sarasota, and I feel so honored.
Well, I thank you for being on. I appreciate it. And don't forget the Hotel Indigo, October 23rd, 8 to 12. And his show starts on the following Sunday, but you'll see it on the 23rd. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Remember, your perfect wedding begins with me. Good night.
The 19th annual Sarasota Blues Fest sails into Ed Smith Stadium Saturday, October 24th.